Jack Smith's appointment to special counsel wasn't even legal. That's what I got for you today, so let's get into this. Now, former AG pens jaw-dropping letter to Supreme Court about Jack Smith's appointment to special counsel wasn't even legal. That's right. You heard me right. The U.S. Supreme Court has an enormous job to do in the name of freedom. On Wednesday, former U.S. Attorney General Edwin Meese joined law professor Stephen Calabrese and Gary Lawson in submitting an amicus brief, an impartial advisory statement, to the Supreme Court. The brief asserted that Jack did not acquire his purported authority as special counsel in a legal or constitutional manner, and therefore lacks standing to represent the United States in front of the federal court. This gets better and better as it goes, and hopefully this will stick. Now, will it mean much? I'm not sure. But this is just another example of the lawlessness that Biden, the administration, and the Democrat Party show in this country. In other words, the Biden administration again has violated a fundamental law in its ongoing persecution of Donald Trump. On November 18th, 2022, Attorney Merrick Garland appointed Smith as special counsel to harass Trump and others over the objection of the presidential election in 2020. On August 1st, the former president and the leading GOP contender in the 2024 presidential race, was indicted for felony charges related to the election challenges in January 6, 2020 Capitol incursion. Last week, Smith submitted a petition to the Supreme Court of writ of certiorari asking the justices to rule on the question of presidential immunity. Could Trump be prosecuted for crimes committed while in office? In the 200-some years in history, no president has ever been charged with doing their job as president. And this Smith thinks he's going to get away with doing it because he's crooked. He's always been crooked. He's got a history of failed court cases come up against politicians because he's a worthless piece of shit and he stretches the law to a point of break. The word alleged should now appear before the phrase special counsel in Smith's case because Meese and his colleagues questioned the very validity of Smith's appointment. Meese, who served as Attorney General under President Ronald Reagan, co-authored a formidable brief. In fact, even the framing of the question at hand highlighted the entire proceeding's lawlessness. Whether private citizen Jack Smith lacks authority to represent the United States in a jurisdictional requirement must exist at all stages of litigation and which cannot be waived. In filing his petition for a writ of certiorari in this court, the question read, according to Meese and colleagues, private citizen Jack Smith has no business before a federal court. This court should reject Mr. Smith's request for certiorari before judgment for the simple reason that he lacks authority to ask for it. The brief began, nor does he have the authority to conduct the underlying prosecution, but it is a persecution. The problem started when Merrick Garland exceeded his statutory and constitutional authority by purporting to appoint Smith. Significantly, Meese and his colleagues did not reject the validity of special counsels in general. In fact, the brief named 4 recent special counsels, including John Durham, who held the office by proper appointment. Then they explained what the difference with Smith's appointment in the brief most important paragraph. What federal statute and constitution do not allow, however, is for the Attorney General to appoint a private citizen who has never been confirmed by the Senate as a substitute United States attorney under the title special counsel. This is what happened on November 18, 2022. The appointment was unlawful, as are all the legal actions that have followed from it, including Citizen Smith's current attempt to obtain a ruling from the court. This paragraph reads, now the repetition of the French Revolution-like phrase, Citizen Smith, hammered home the crucial point: Jack Smith has no lawful authority. Not clothed in the authority of the federal government, Smith is a modern example of naked emperor. Meese and his colleagues concluded, improperly appointed, he has no more authority to represent the United States in a court than Bryce Harper, Taylor Swift, or Jeff Bezos. That's funny. Wednesday on X, Twitter, prominent conservatives took notice. Mike Davis, former law clerk of the Justice Neil Gorsuch, posted a copy of the amicus brief. Biden's drive to imprison Trump for life instead of facing him on November 5th just hit a potential fatal legal roadblock. Number 1, was Jack Smith appointed as special counsel even legal? Number 2, do the federal courts have the jurisdiction to proceed? Davis wrote in an accompanying post. Now, podcaster Julian Kelly, who regularly comments on legal developments related to Trump and the Capitol incursion, called the brief a stunner. Court filings coming fast and furious this week, but This is a stunner. Former AG Edwin Meese asked Scotus to deny Jack Smith's petition to expedite appeal of immunity ruling. Argues Merrick Garland broke the law by appointing a special counsel who without statutory authority. Kelly said, along with highlighted proportions of the brief. Now, author and veteran Sean Parnell also commented on the brief, the significance of the brief. This seems to be a huge deal. So essentially, Smith should have been nominated by the president and confirmed by the Senate in order to wield the authority he has thus far. This whole process is rotten to the core, Parnell said. We've seen this. We know Merrick Garland is dirty. There's two tiers of justice in this system between the Democrats and everybody else. Hunter Biden should be in prison right now, not just for tax evasion, but for his gun charge. Anybody else that would have filled out a gun application and lied on it and got caught would have been in prison by now. Now, the justices also must address the problem of Smith's improper appointment, confirming an objection set forth by Meese and colleagues, which stops Smith and his lawlessness co-conspirators in their tracks. It would help to restore many Americans' faith in future of the freedom. It would restore or start to restore the faith in this corrupt justice system, because that's all we've been seeing for these past 3 years since Biden stole the office. So hopefully this goes somewhere. Hopefully these guys are right and the Supreme Court says, oh, this is wrong. So Jack Smith's fired and all this nonsense and fake indictments that they placed up against Trump go away, and let's have a free and fair election. Not what the Democrats do, because they are already setting this up for an election interference. They've already started with Colorado's. That's election interference. All this stuff that's going on is election interference. The 14th Amendment does not apply to President Trump, and that's what he was when this protest at the Capitol went off. The part of Democrats that were violent, they should go to jail. But you watch the videos. Hopefully we get some more videos that show Capitol Police shooting tear gas into peacefully protesting people. Weren't doing a thing. But the fake January 6th committee, another interference committee, didn't show that during the hearings. Now all this information is missing. All the testimony missing. Doesn't that make you think? Well, let's see what the state Supreme Court has to say about this. Let me know what you guys think of this. You think this is all bullshit? Give me some comments and questions below. We'll find out here, and probably not until the new year. So hope you guys had a good Christmas. Have a good New Year's. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. And we'll see you in 2024. Follow me on Rumble at CHASU, CHASU. Share my videos. Get them out there. Show the corruption of the Democrat Party. The next election is so important. We got to get out and vote Republican. Got to get this country back. If we don't, we're a failed country. We're going to turn into a third world country. So again, let me know what you guys think. As soon as I hear anything about this or any other stories, I'll get them out to you. So in the meantime, this is The Talking Point with the Country Conservative. I'm Charlie, and I'll see you next time.